Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. We just got back from brunch and grocery shopping. It is currently 3:33 p.m. And it's supposed to rain tonight. It's very, very cloudy. And the temperature is currently 70 degrees and cloudy, which I'm very thankful for because our heat is definitely not working. We tried it so many times last night to turn it off downstairs, turn it on. A couple people said something about have you check to see if like it's the battery and the thermostat. It's not the battery and the thermostat. It has something to do with the motor and the furnace or something. I have no idea, but it keeps on, like it starts and then it'll even put out heat for a little bit and then it shuts down. So fingers crossed. We're not going to have to get an entirely new furnace. I feel like everything keeps on breaking at the same time because last night, this had happened over the last couple days. I went to go make, it's weird, like everything just kind of shuts itself off. Like the furnace is doing that, and you know, we had them come out here and check the air conditioning in the furnace. Is like, you know, when they come out here and check the air conditioning, they check the furnace too. They came out here and checked it this summer and it was completely fine. They didn't say anything about the furnace, so I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, there's my favorite neighbor lady. Hey, how are you?
Overdressed.
It's a little, I was gonna say, it's warm for a hoodie. It's definitely warm for a winter ski coat.
No hoodie, but like I didn't realize it was this warm outside.
I know, I didn't either. It's really nice. It wasn't this nice earlier. It's beautiful. Well, I mean, the temperature is beautiful. It looks like it's gonna pour down rain any second. You better run in and you better go.
I know. Gotta get him to go too.
Yeah. All right, have a good one.
Thank you.
She's walking by and Alex is leaving in just well, he's leaving right now. We'll talk about that in just a second. What was I talking about? I feel like everything is just like breaking at the same time. But the last couple days, my Keurig, which somebody was nice enough to gift us a couple years ago, I make so much coffee and tea in that Keurig. I mean, probably every single day. Like, I don't even know. I use it so much. And the last couple days, it keeps on doing this thing where, like, in the middle of making a cup of coffee or tea, it just turns itself off. So I used, like, we have, like, the cleaning thing where you clean, like, you know, self-clean the Keurig and all that kind of stuff. Did all that, and that didn't work. And then, like, unplugged it. I mean, I tried so many different things. I thought it's got to be just something, like, it's just, like, kind of off. Because it kept on shutting off. And then it was, like, taking twice as long to, like, make a cup of tea or coffee. It was, like, taking twice as long as it did. And it was, like, 3 or 4 things went wrong with it at the same time. And I was like, you know what? I think I've just used this thing so much that it's just kind of, like, it's gone at this point. So last night I ordered a new Keurig online on Amazon. It actually came, like, we were pulling out to go to brunch and Alex said, what's that big box on the front porch? Well, I ordered a couple things last night. I ordered some different kinds of, like, holiday coffee and stuff. I had been looking, so anyway, the Keurig came, the coffee has not come yet, but I'm gonna do a whole haul video over my, of course I will, on my Pewter Does Stuff channel showing the new Keurig. It's exactly like the same one that I had before, that. I think I might have got a different color. I got brushed silver this time, and I think the one before that I had, I don't know which color I had before that. They're very similar, but anyway. And then I have some coffee. So if the coffee comes by tomorrow, I'll do that one tomorrow. We went to Fresh Time after brunch, and I got some stuff to do a dirty soda. So I'm taking my shoes off. I keep on, the last couple days, I've worn these clogs. Well, the times I've gone out, I've worn these Birkenstock clogs. And I've gotten so many compliments on them. At the pharmacy when I was picking up my meds, the girls that were working there, they were like, oh my god, I love those clogs so much. It's so funny because I don't remember usually ever getting compliments on these clogs, but they're so comfortable. And she's like, I've been looking at those for a while, and I've looking at the, I said, don't get the cream ones, because I have the cream ones in these too, and they get very, very dirty. And then we went to Nike yesterday to get Carlitos a gift card, and we wanted to get like shoes and stuff like that. And we were like texting Liliana about his shoe size and whatever, and she was like busy, so we didn't. And we're gonna do that for Christmas. And so we were at Nike, and we got the what do you call it? We got the gift card, and we got some other stuff and whatever, and for Carlitos, and so the woman that was working in there, she was like, is there like what is going on there? She was like, I love those. She was like, I love those shoes so much. And I was like, oh, thank you. And she's like, I really like the color. It's so funny that so many people keep on commenting about these shoes. So they're the first clogs of fall that I brought out. And then somebody today when we were at brunch. So anyway, I had to buy a new Keurig because it's just kind of like, it's done at this point. like last night I was trying to make a cup of tea and it was like dripping down so slow. And I cleaned it out and I like followed this tutorial and done everything that you were supposed to. I just think it's done. I just think it's like, it's kind of slowly over the last couple weeks been like acting weird, and I just think like I've used it so much. I mean, I really, like I use it like every single day. I swear by the Keurigs, I love them. Caroline wants to get an espresso machine, and I was like, I think it'd be cool to have an espresso machine too, but like I don't need both, and I already have so many Keurig K-Pods that I don't want to like switch over to that. So anyway, and then I also last night I was looking up, a lot of people were talking about those rings online that I was talking about. They're called Oro or something like that. Alex was telling me that somebody that he works with and also one of his good friends, they both have them and they like them, but like he was like, they track all kinds of things. He's like, they track your sleep patterns. He was like, they'll track like ovulation patterns and all kinds of stuff. I was like, oh really? Like, I said, I just want something that's going to count my steps. He's like, oh, there's so much more than that. Well, when I looked them up online last night, they were like $349. I was like, I think maybe we need something a little bit more like starter first, you know? And the thing is, I don't like always carry my phone. Like when I'm walking around the house or walking in the mailbox or talking to my neighbors on the street, I don't carry my phone with me. So I wanted something that like from the time that I get up in the morning, like it's tracking my steps throughout the day. So I actually bought like a $21 pedometer on Amazon last night. That literally you just reset it. Like when you get up in the morning and there's no app to connect it to or anything. It's just a pedometer. I was like, you know what, let's start there, and before we go and like all in and buy the ring that tracks your sleep cycle. I think that's cool. I kind of was like, that's kind of like the selling point when somebody was like, oh, it's really cool, it tracks your sleep and all that kind of stuff. I was like, well, that would be cool. But then I was like, I don't need all that kind of stuff, and frankly, I wouldn't probably use it, and I wouldn't really understand it. So if I really get into the health and the walking and all that kind of stuff, then we'll upgrade to that. But right now, I just got a $21 pedometer. It's not here yet. So I ordered that last night. I ordered some candles online, some holiday candles, and watched some TV and stuff. I had a real hard time last night and today, and I'm doing something this time with Boo Radley with Boo Radley being gone, that I didn't do with Tucker, and I didn't do with Pee-Pee, I didn't do with my aunt and uncle, I didn't do with my mom, I haven't done with friends, is that, and I say this a lot on here, is that I allow myself just to like sit in it and be sad. I'm not really letting myself do that. I don't know if I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna be just so overwhelmed. Like every night I try to like look at a couple pictures of him and stuff like that, and I'm really having a hard time doing it. I don't know what's different about this. I don't know why. But you know, like when my mom passed away, I really learned that, just to like sit in it, you know, and if a song would come on that would remind me of my mom or whatever, I would just sit in it and I would just think about her, and I would think about memories and look at pictures and whatever, you know. I just can't with Boo Radley. I don't know what it is. And so, you know, like Alex and I'll talk a little bit about it, and then I just kind of like lose it. I just kind of like lose it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I can't like look at, like I posted a picture of him on Instagram last night because I was really missing the little guy, you know, and I was like, and they're all like pictures that I posted recently on, I mean, I can't go back and look at the old pictures. I have all these videos of him like doing flips on the bed and stuff. I can't. I'm having a really hard time looking at it. And I think, so Alex today, he asked me, he was like, his friend, she's having some like girls over there to like watch the football game, but they're not really gonna watch the football game because they don't watch football, so they're gonna play games and stuff like that. And he was like, do you care if I go over there? He's like, you can come with me. I said, no, I'm not really feeling like being around a lot of people right now. And I said, but babe, I think that would be good for you to go. And he was like, are you sure? He's like, I don't want to leave you here alone. I was like, just go, because he's going over there from like 7 to 10 or something like that. And I was like, no, go and get some food, because I was going to Fresh Time, and I said, when we're there, I said, just go, you know, get them some food or get some snacks. And he's like, yeah, that's a good idea. And he's like, are you sure you don't care? And I was like, no, not at all. And I think when Alex is gone, like, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna take a walk when I get done with this vlog, and then I'm gonna just like sit down. And I'm just gonna like look at a bunch of videos and a bunch of the pictures of Boo Radley and just listen to music and just like, I just have to like let myself feel it. Like, I feel stuck. Like, I just feel real stuck. And, so the ashes came in a couple days ago. And, like Friday. And Friday he couldn't do it because he had the meeting, and then afterwards went over to his friend's house, and then yesterday we went to Carlitos's, and so he was like, because I said I'm gonna go vlog, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna go pick up the ashes, and I just kind of like looked at him, like, I'm not ready to have those ashes in this house yet. I'm just like not ready, like. See, like, that's a good example. Like, I shut it down. Like, I just immediately shut it down. And I looked at him and I said, you know, I'm just like, I'm not, because I had said to him, like, we were talking about it yesterday, and I said, well, there was like a picture upstairs. Somebody sent us these pictures of Boo and Tucker, and like these paintings. They're like, I think they're photographs or paintings. I don't know. We have them upstairs in like the landing, and I love this picture of Boo Radley, and it says like his name underneath it. Because like on the mantle, we have like PP and Tucker, and then we have like pictures of them and stuff. So I said maybe we could use that picture of Boo Radley, and Alex was like talking about some ideas that he had and stuff like that. And so I said, okay. And so I said, so today he was like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pick up the ashes. And I said, okay, well, I'll come with you and whatever. And he was like, I think it would probably be better for you. He's like, babe, we'll do something special, like, after you get done vlogging and whatever. He was like, I'll come in, I'll go get him. So that's where he went. So we went to go pick up the ashes. And then after I get done vlogging and stuff like that, we're gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do. Just like put him on the mantle and like, I don't know, just, I feel like I talk to him all the time, you know? Like, I feel like I talk to Boo all the time. And then I want to go, like, right after that, I want to take a walk. I just want to, like, I don't even know if I'm going to listen to my book today. I just want to listen to some music, and I just want to, like, I just kind of, like, want to get away from this pain, you know, like, but I also, like, being here because I feel more connected to him. I don't know, it's so weird. I have, like, all these different conflicting, you know, I have to say, I was saying this, talking about some of the comments that I've got on the vlog yesterday, and I've gotten, like, I mean, obviously, so many really nice comments, but some kind of, like, unexpected comments that were really nice, you know, and I said on the vlog yesterday, like, I don't think I said it all the way through, but I was like, I don't know how you guys learn to be so kind. Like, some of the things that you say are just, like, I mean, they're just, it goes past being supportive. It's, like, into, like, you guys are literally, like, angels in how you speak to me. I mean, on the vlog, and the supportive things you said. And I've gotten so many DMs and several comments from people that have shared with me stories of loss that they've had, and that they really appreciate, like, my vulnerability of coming on here and sharing my story of grieving, and that it's really helped them. And that means a lot to me, you know? You know, I've always, no matter what it is I'm sharing, I don't know really what to share other than what I'm going through. That's just who I am, right? And, through the years, I've had, like, other, like, people reach out to me that make videos or whatever, and they'll be like, how do you, like, get on and just, like, think about, like, well, I'm gonna talk about, I don't think about this stuff. I literally feel like I'm sitting here having a conversation with a friend. I mean, you guys feel like friends, and when you say that to me, like, that really means a lot. So many of you, in sharing your stories with me, have literally kind of like held my hand through this and through other things that I've gone through by telling me that, Peter, you're gonna get through this, okay? You can do this, because I've gone through something like this. When I didn't think that I could, like, I really appreciate it. And, like, I think part of what's really hard about the grieving of this with Boo Radley is that, like, I know I'll be okay. I know that. I know that I'm gonna be okay. I know that it's gonna be really, really hard to have his ashes up there. You know, I literally was, like, looking at this picture last night because, so, you know, like, on your iPad or whatever, it does it on your phone too, but on my iPad, it's like, it always puts at the very top, like, pictures. And so it said, like, Pet Pictures 2023 or 2022 or something like that, because it was a picture of Tucker and Boo, and they were sitting on the ottoman in the chair in there. And I, like, spread it up, and, like, I always love to scratch right here on Boo Radley, and I literally, like, went to, like, scratch that area of him, right? On the screen, and it was just kind of like the way that his eyes were looking at me, and I thought, like, I'm never gonna, like, yeah, I'll have other dogs, I'm sure, but, like, with him and Tucker and Pee-Pee, like, they're just those small things that I'm never, not with them, you know? And, I don't know, I'm just, like, I'm having such a hard time with Boo. I don't know. I was like, okay, I'll take off, you know, through the rest of the week, and I'm gonna make videos tomorrow. Like, I have to push it through. I have to push through, and I have to get back to some normalcy, and I think that will help me. That doesn't mean that I don't allow myself to have my moments in between it and things like that, but, like, I'm really, really struggling. I don't, and it's like some days are better than others, and yesterday was good until late last night, and then I was, like, looking at these pictures and stuff last night, and I just was like, it just was really hard. I literally looked at, like, 2 pictures last night, and then I went in and I had, like, the videos pulled up. I just was like, I can't do this. I can't look at this right now. And I think I just need to. I think I just need to force myself to just listen to some music, look at the pictures, and look at the videos, and just remember. You know? I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so struggling with it, is I almost kind of, like, I'm not in denial. Like, I know that he's gone, but I also kind of am, like, not willing to step into the acceptance of what that means. I don't know if that makes any sense, what I'm saying whatsoever. It sounds bizarre, right? But it's like, I'm not really willing to go through the motions that I went through with all the other loss that I had in my life. It's like I'm still, like, holding back, you know? And it's like, so I think it'll be good that he's going to his friend's house tonight, because I need to just kind of sit in it for a little bit and allow myself to be sad. And I hope that helps. I think part of my fear too is that I'm very fully aware that the grief that we feel on one specific situation is also a combination of the grief that we have felt over past situations. Have you ever gone to a funeral and, like, you're sad, right? But, like, you're extraordinarily sad. And when you're sitting there, you're thinking about somebody else that you lost. And it's not necessarily maybe just about that situation, even though you're sad about that situation. But you're really thinking about past situations. And so I think that's part of it for me. I think that I'm getting older. You know, I was talking to Tanya about this the other day. It's like, let's say I get a new dog next summer. I'm 53. I mean, if the dog lives to be 15 or 16 years old, I'm going to be close to 70. Like, this could be my last dog that I have. Which then, like, puts it all, I mean, my mom passed away at 64. You know, like, it all puts it, like, am I in the last 10 years? You know, like, it all puts it, like, into, like, this, it's just hard, you know, and it's like, and I've lost so many people in my life, and my circle just keeps on getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and I don't know, it's just, it's, you know, so it's not just about Boo, it's not just about a dog, it's about all of it, you know? And, I kind of had this come to Jesus moment last night, where I was like, oh, was like, I spend a lot of time, like, I don't know, I was like, you know what, like, my neighbor is singing next door. I love when she's singing. She has such a great voice. I just was like, I have to, like, I feel like the last couple years has been filled with so much sadness. Not just in my life, but in those surrounding me as well. With so many different things. And I was like, I think that, like, I really, like, in November, I have to really step into just embracing this magical life that I have. Sadness is going to happen. You know, people are going to pass. Animals are going to pass. And I know that. And I want to feel my feelings to that. I want to allow myself to feel my feelings to that and all this kind of stuff, right? But, like, at the same time, it's like, I really want to step into, you know what? Like, I say this a lot, and I think there's a lot that holds me back, but it's like, you live one life. Live it. Live it. Live the best life that you possibly can. Live it out loud. You know? Put a lot of love and kindness out in the world. But live your best life. You know? Live your best life. And don't apologize for living your best life. And just live it. I think that's the best example of all, you know? People that literally, like, eat life like just this juicy piece of, like, fruit, like a pear, just dripping down. Like, they take life that way. And I was like, I've got to start doing that, you know? Like, I know it, but I've got to start doing it. And that's my plan. You know, however that looks for me. You know, some days it looks like sitting on the front porch. Other days it looks like going to a tropical destination or, you know, whatever. Sometimes it looks like just binge watching a show. I don't know what that looks like, but maybe it's like walking, you know, and listening to books and all that kind of stuff. But I said to Alex last night, this is when I closed the iPad and I was trying to, like, I came upstairs and I said to him, I said, we used to be like this little family, you know, like with like, and he said, well, we are still a little family. And I said, we're a couple now, you know, like we're a family, but like, and he started crying. He was like, I understand what you're saying, babe. He was like, I think part of it too that's hard is like Alex has made it pretty clear, like, Peter, you get as many dogs as you want. You want to have 16 dogs, have 16 dogs. But, and he'll help taking care of them and all that kind of stuff. He's said all that kind of stuff. But like, they'll be my dogs. Like, they won't be our dogs together. Like, he's made, and I know that whenever I say that to people, they're like, Tanya and Caroline, like, Caroline tried to have a conversation with Alex the other night. And he's like, and she's like, but they'll be your dogs too. She was like, I get the dogs. And then like, they end up being Mike's dogs. And he's like, no, I'll help take care of them, but they'll be Peter's dogs. He's like, I don't want, like, Alex really is like the emotional attachment to the dogs. And I get it, right? And I think with Boo is the closest I've come to feeling that. Because I'm not in any way, shape, or form ready to get a dog. Like, I just, there's no way right now. I don't even feel like Boo's been gone. Like, when people are asking me that, I'm like, it feels like it's so weird, the relationship that I had with him. You know, sometimes it's, you know, once people are gone and animals are gone and stuff like that, it's like, I remember thinking that about, like, my mom after my mom was gone. Like, I really did not know what unconditional love felt like until my mom had passed away, you know? And like, my love for Boo Radley just, like, ran so deep, and I don't even know that I really got it until he was gone this week. And then I was like, I mean, the immense pain that I felt, that it feels like, and I know it's not, I totally know it's not, people do it all the time, but, like, turning around and getting another dog, like, feels like a betrayal to Boo Radley. I mean, I understand that it's not. That's how it feels, right? And, I mean, I'm very conscious of my emotions and my feelings and what's rational and what's irrational, that kind of stuff. Like, I get it, right? I'm just saying that's how I feel. Alex's aunt was asking last night about getting another dog. She was asking me, and I was like, and his uncle, because his uncle had several dogs. Like, they always had big dogs. And the last dog that he had passed away a couple years ago, and they had just gotten back from a cruise. And so they were talking about when they were in Barbados, this like dog came up to them on the beach and just looked like his last dog. They had like huskies and stuff. And looked like their last dog, this husky that they had. And his aunt was saying that Alex's Uncle Ed got real upset about it. And he was like, yeah, it just really made me miss her. And I was like, because I've said to him, like, you guys should get another dog. He's like, no. Like, he's like the emotionality that Alex has to dogs. And like Alex's Aunt Jackie's been like, yeah, get another dog, blah, 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 whatever, you know? And he's like, no, I'm not there yet. He's been like the dog lover, you know? I mean, Alex is a dog lover too, and his aunt's a dog lover, but like left to their own devices, they probably wouldn't get another dog. But like Alex or myself and his uncle are like the dog, you know, lovers. And so, she was like, have you thought about getting another dog? I said, I'm not there yet. And he hasn't gotten one for years. He's like, Peter, I totally understand. He was like, and people keep on asking me, and he said, I feel like if I see a dog or an opportunity comes up, like a lot of people call me that I know, you know, in like recovery and things like that, and they'll be like, hey, like, I know that, you know, you guys have thought about another dog, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, well, we haven't really talked about it in a while, but they're like, okay, but my friend, you know, like, this happened to her or whatever, like, you know, would you take the dog and whatever? And I'm like, no. There's been like several opportunities. Tanya's had opportunities for me that she's presented to me. Things like that. Friends of mine that work in rescues will be like, I think I found the perfect dog for you. I think I'm open to that now, like if that would happen, but I have to be honest with you, like I'm not even like anywhere near to looking anywhere near, like, I mean, it won't be till I need to go on one trip. We were talking about our trip today to go to Ultra and what we're going to do afterwards. We don't know, we might go to an island, we might stay in Miami, we're not really sure what we're going to do, but take some extended trip. And so I need to go on one trip without like worrying about a dog while we're gone, because I'm always like hyper focused on, you know, what's Boo doing, what's Tucker doing, I need to go on a trip and not worry about that. And so I think right now, I don't know, like if the right dog came along during the next 6 months or something, I'd think differently, but right now, we're gonna get through March, and then we're gonna go to San Diego to visit, you know, our new niece and nephew with Jesse and Fufu after that at some point. And then our birthday, well, one of us will take a birthday trip in June, and then August. So I'm thinking like, I don't know, sometime, I mean, I wouldn't get a dog and then turn around and go on a trip, so I mean, if we go on an anniversary trip to Las Vegas, I don't know if we're going to do that again this year. But if we do, I don't know, maybe next fall. It feels surreal to think that it's going to be an entire year without a dog here, you know? Like, I said to Alex, or he said to me last night, he goes, we didn't have the fan turned on in the bedroom yet. And he goes, it is really quiet in this house. And somebody yesterday said, you know, Peter, turn on some music. And you guys are so sweet for the suggestions. I just want to say I really appreciate that. But Alex is like, it is really, really quiet in this house without him. He was like, I didn't realize like how much, you know, sound, or like how much he adds to the sound of this house. I was like, it's really quiet. You know, even when he's just laying in bed or he's turning around or something, I mean, like, there was noises that he made. And I said, it's hard being here all day long, you know? Like, I mean, even this week, like, Alex has been coming home. Hey, how are you? Good. He's been coming home a little bit earlier and stuff like that, but, and I don't need a babysitter, like, I mean, it's fine and whatever, but I'm a little apprehensive about tomorrow. You know, I was telling, I think I might have said it on here, I don't know, but I said it to some friends last night. I was like, you know, my plan is to come back tomorrow and film on multiple channels, but at the same time, I would love to take another couple days or a week off, but I don't need to. I'm fine. I'm fine enough that I probably could have come back 2 or 3 days. Most people that, you know, most people that don't make YouTube videos or TikToks and things like that, I mean, their dog passes away, they're back at work, if not that day, the next day. You know, I mean, this is a complete luxury that I get to do this. And so, I just think one of the things has been really nice, and you guys have given this to me, you know, is that I just haven't really had to think about a lot of stuff. You know, I haven't had to think about anything in the last week. I mean, tomorrow will be like a week since was a week ago tomorrow, you know, his last day. You know what? Alex is bringing his ashes home. When I get done with the vlog, there will be enough time to like sit and get upset about all this kind of stuff. And I think that, I think it would be good for me to just kind of like talk. And the battery came to an end, which is maybe a message. I think it would be good for me to talk about something else for a little while. So let's talk about last night. Okay, so last night we went to Carlitos' birthday party, which didn't really feel like a Carlitos birthday party of the past. It just didn't. So he had I guess it was a football game he had earlier in the day. The only one that went besides Carlos and Liliana and Sebastian was my mother-in-law. And now she's getting sick. So she went to the doctor. Apparently she has bronchitis and they gave her medicine and stuff like that because she was like, no, I took a test and stuff like that. Alex just got home. Okay, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go check really quick and just ask him if he can wait until I get the vlog done so that I'm just going to go check in with him. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's been a little bit, actually. We put his ashes up there next to Tucker and Pee-Pee and a little paw print and stuff like that. I can remember saying, like, to Alex, like, sometime a couple days before, like, I was like, I'm not ready for him just to be like a box on the mantle. I'm not ready for that yet. And now he's just like a box on the mantle. They sent this whole, like, it was really nice how they sent this whole package and stuff like that. We've done this each time. With like a paw print and like the name tag and everything, and then they send like these personal letters and stuff. And so the Rainbow Bridge poem, and then they sent this thing, and I don't know that I've read this before, but it says 10 inalienable rights after the death of a special companion. The Pet Lover's Code by this doctor. I don't know that I've ever read this before, and it says, you have the right to grieve the death of a pet. You loved your pet loved you, you had a strong and profound relationship, you have every right to grieve this death. You need to grieve this death, you also need to mourn this death, express the grief outside yourself. Number 2, you have a right to talk about your grief. Talking about your grief will help you heal. Seek out others who will allow you to talk about your grief. Thank you to you. Other pet lovers who have experienced the death of a pet often make good listeners at this time. If at times you don't feel like talking, you also have the right to be silent. You have the right to feel a variety of emotions. Confusion, anger, guilt, and relief are just a few of the emotions you might feel as part of your grief journey after the death of a pet. Feelings aren't right or wrong, they just are. Number 4, you have the right to be tolerant of your physical and emotional limits. After the death of a pet, your feelings of loss and sadness will probably leave you feeling fatigued. Absolutely. Respect what your body and mind are telling you. Get daily rest, eat balanced meals, and don't allow others to push you into doing things you don't feel like doing. Number 5, you have the right to experience grief bursts. Sometimes out of nowhere, a powerful surge of grief may overcome you. This can be frightening, but it is normal and natural. Number 6, you have the right to make use of ritual. After a pet dies, you can harness the power of ritual to help you heal. Plan a ceremony that includes everyone who loved your pet. Number 7, you have the right to embrace your spirituality. At times of loss, it is natural to turn to your faith or spirituality. Engaging your spirituality by attending church or other places of worship, praying, or spending time alone in nature. I've been in prayer a lot. In nature may help you better understand and reconcile your loss. And I told my neighbor yesterday, I was like, I hate these reading glasses. They're the only ones that are like completely clear except for these little ones that I have. I was standing in a tree and I told her, I don't even know why. It's not like some tree that Boo Radley went to all the time and stuff. But like, I said to him one night when we were out here, I was like, This is the tree where I'm going to come and visit you. Now, because I said that to him one night, every time I look at that damn tree, I think of Boo Radley. And she said, you should just start filming, because I was standing in the tree, and I said, I think I'm going to start doing photo shoots. This tree doesn't look like glamour shots. And she said, I think you should film all of your videos. There's so many leaves down there. She said, I think you should start filming all your videos from the tree. Number 8, you have the right to search for meaning. You may find yourself asking, why did my pet die? Why this way? Why now? Some of your questions may have answers, but some may not. Ask them anyway. Number 9, you have the right to treasure your memories. Memories are one of the best legacies that exist after the death of a special companion animal. Instead of ignoring your memories, find ways to capture them and treasure them always. Number 10, you have the right to move toward your grief and heal. Reconciling your grief after the death of a pet may not happen quickly. Remember, grief is best experienced in doses. Be patient and tolerant with yourself and avoid people who are impatient and tolerant with you. Neither you nor those around you must forget that the death of a beloved pet changes your life forever. And you know what? I don't think... A couple people have sent this to me. Well, more than a couple, but I don't think I've read this Rainbow Bridge thing. It's been a while. One of the cards that we got from our neighbors had the poem on there, but I don't think I've read it for a while. There is a bridge connecting heaven and earth. It is called the Rainbow Bridge because of its many colors. Just this side of the Rainbow Bridge is a land of meadows, hills, and valleys, all of it covered with lush green grass. Is this just a poem? This doesn't feel like... Isn't there a Rainbow Bridge poem? Why do I feel like this is not the poem? Hold on a second. Rainbow Bridge poem. Maybe this is it. I don't know. It probably is. I don't know what I'm talking about. Why is this one different? Well, I'm going to read the one they gave us. There is a bridge connecting heaven and earth. It is called the Rainbow Bridge because of its many colors. Just this side of the Rainbow Bridge is a land of meadows, hills, and valleys, all of it covered with lush green grass. When a beloved pet dies, the pet goes to this lovely land. There is always food and water in warm spring weather. There, the old and frail animals are young again. Those who are maimed are made whole once more. They play all day with each other, content and comfortable. There is only one thing missing. They are not with the special person who loved them on earth. So each day they run and play until the day comes when one suddenly stops playing and looks up. Then the nose twitches, the ears are up. The eyes are staring. You have been seen, and that one suddenly runs from the group. You take him or her in your arms and embrace. Your face is kissed again and again and again, and you look once more into the eyes of your trusting pet. Then together you cross the Rainbow Bridge, never again to be separated. Why don't I have any Kleenex out here with me? Oh. I don't know, maybe this vlog is exactly what I needed today. Go inside and look at a bunch of his pictures and videos, and I meant to bring a lighter out here to light some of these candles, but I didn't do that. Okay, so when I get done with this, I'm gonna I don't want this whole vlog to be about sadness, so I gotta move on. So I don't even know how to make a transition over to it. So I just we're gonna start talking about last night. Okay. Then when I get done with the vlog, thank you guys for listening. You know, like, you guys were so helpful, and I appreciate it. And I know people are like, no, share what you want to share, and blah blah blah. And that means a lot to me. It's also good for me to get on here and be able to laugh a little bit and tell some stories about what's going on and all this kind of stuff. Somebody's playing some music. Is that my neighbor next door? That doesn't sound like something that she would listen to, actually. She's kind of more into bluesy stuff. So Taylor Swift is in Indianapolis this weekend, so we went to brunch today. They were telling us, they were like, if you had gotten here 40 minutes earlier, like you would have had to have, well, it was daylight savings time too, which I thought was at 3 o'clock, went back to 2, but it was actually at 2 o'clock, it went back to 1 o'clock. But they were telling us, they were like, this place has been busy for like the last 3 days. Apparently 250,000 people are coming to Indianapolis to see Taylor Swift this weekend. Alex has a friend of his that is one of his friends that he went to dinner with last week. She and her daughter are like in the fan club or something like that. Hey, how are you? Hey, Tiger. Oh, she looked up. I don't know what it means, but they're like in the fan group or something. Alex was explaining it to me. And so, because this was, he went out to dinner with them before, Boo Radley. Maybe it was last Friday or something. I can't even remember, because he was like, if we can get Taylor Swift tickets, do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, I would love to see Taylor Swift. And he was like, okay, but I was like, but who will give Boo Radley his 10 o'clock dose? And so we were like, well, okay, we're going to have to figure out something. And I was talking about, like, maybe she could give him his medicine because she had said that she could do that. Then it became like a non-issue. But anyway, so apparently what they do is they set up the whole area, like the seats on the floor and all that kind of stuff. And then if there's like where they set up like the band, I don't know how they do it, but apparently if there's extra seats and they sell those extra seats. But Alex was telling me that like tickets, like even the really like nosebleed seat tickets for Taylor Swift were still going last night at like $3,600. I was like, no. I'm sure she's fantastic in concert. I'm not paying $3,600 to go see her or anybody else, you know. I splurged on Stevie Nicks and I didn't even spend, I don't even know how much, I can't remember, but it wasn't anything like that. I mean, it was not even $1,000. So, but anyway, they were telling us that, I mean, it's not like I get out much. It's not like in my neighborhood all the Swifties are walking. I kind of would have loved to have seen her. I've watched it several times, her live version of You're on Your Own, Kid. And I love that song. It's like one of my favorite. It's not just one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. It's one of my favorite songs. I love that song. That song just really resonates with me like my whole life. I would have loved to have seen her perform that. And a couple of other songs too. It's interesting because I actually know more Taylor Swift than I think I do sometimes. Like when people like they're like, oh, do you like Taylor Swift? I'm like, yeah, and then they'll like bring up her stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like this one, I like that one, and whatever. I really haven't listened to much at all of that new album of hers, that Tortured Poet. I know when I say this, somebody's gonna be like, no, Peter, I don't know her that well. I mean, I listen to like what I listen to, you know. I don't even know that, like, I could give you the track list of Belladonna from Stevie Nicks. I mean, I could guess, okay? I could tell you that. I think Leather and Lace is on side 2 of the album. People are like, side 2. I'm talking about vinyl, okay? And After the Glitter Fades, I think, is the last song on side 1. But I think that was the tape cassette, maybe not the album, you know? Belladonna. I think that's, like, the first song of the second song. Hey, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. I think Belladonna is like the first song and the second song. Oh no, I think Nightbird is actually the second or the fourth song, because Nightbird is my, should I look this up and see? I know After the Glitter Fades is like the 5th or the 6th song. It's the last song, because I love that song, After the Glitter Fades. Spend my life. Okay, let's look at the lyrics, because y'all know I don't know any lyrics. After the Glitter Fades. If you guys have never heard that song, it is so good. Oh, here it is. Song by Stevie Nicks. Well, I never thought I'd make it here in Hollywood. Never thought I'd ever want to stay. I love that song so much. What I seem to touch these days just turns to gold. What I seem to want, well, you know, I find a way. You guys don't know that song? Okay, but my favorite Stevie Nicks song of life is Nightbird. Hold on a second. Okay. Lyrics. Stevie Nicks. Nightbird lyrics. Because she slurs these two songs. Where is it? Okay, let's look up Belladonna album. That's my favorite Stevie Nicks album of life. Belladonna album. Here it is, Stevie Nicks. Release date, July 27th, 1981. Oh my god. Songs. Does it have them in order? Okay. Is it it was her debut solo studio album. I didn't know that. By American singer and songwriter Stevie Nicks. Why did I think the other one was her solo album? Peaked at #1 on the U.S. Billboard 200 in September of that year. Belladonna was awarded platinum status by the Recording Industry Association of America. In 1990, was certified quadruple platinum. That was the year I graduated from high school. For 4 million copies shipped. Okay, singles from Belladonna. Stop dragging my heart around. Ooh, Leather and Lace, Edge of 17. After the Glitter Fades. Okay, does it have on here? Track listing. Here it is. Okay, #1, Belladonna. #2, Kind of Woman. 3, Stop Dragging My Heart Around. 4, Think About It. 5, did I say, or did I say? 5, After the Glitter Fades. Okay? And then I think it's side 2. Edge of 17, How Still My Love, Leather and Lace, Outside the Rain, The Highwayman. Where is Nightbird on here? What album is Nightbird on? Why did I feel like it was on that album? I would have sworn Nightbird. Stevie Nicks album. I have it in my phone. I just look it up in my iTunes. Oh, The Wild Heart. Oh, it's her second album, The Wild Heart. Does it have the tracks on here? Track listing. Wild Heart. If Anyone Falls. I love. If Anyone Falls. I love that song so much. Oh, #5, Nightbird. Stand Back. Oh god, those Sable and Blonde, Beauty and the Beast. That was a good album. When did that come out? That album came out. Released 1983. That was such a good album. Oh my god. I love her so much. I love her so much. Okay, so last night, well, we went to go get Carlitos his birthday presents, and then we went to go pick up my medicine, and then we went over there. I got a fountain pop on the way. I was like, there was like not a gas station around, so there was like a Hardee's, and I gotta just pull into a Hardee's. I gotta get a fountain pop. I'm dying for a fountain pop, which I wanted to get one on the way home, but I didn't. I ended up just bringing coffee home. Coconut cream today, not my favorite. But anyway, at brunch today, so they were telling us at brunch that like all the Swifties were there and it was completely packed and all this kind of stuff. There's only like 4 or 5 tables when we were there. Alex got the Cuban today, and he brought he got a bowl of turkey chili with lots of croutons, and he brought home us the entire Cuban home and just ate the chili. And then I got the Fat Rabbit, which is their vegan sandwich, but our server today that we hadn't seen for a while, one of our favorite servers there, she and her husband had their baby, I think 5 months ago, and she's been gone, and this was the first time we saw her, so she was showing us all the pictures and stuff. It was really cool. I'm so happy to see her back, but she was like, I'm having such a hard time. She was like, Tuesday was my first day back, and her baby's adorable and stuff like that. But anyway, so our server, that's also a friend of ours, she was like, have you ever tried the Fat Rabbit on an everything bagel? And I was like, ooh, no, that sounds good. Because it usually comes in multi-grain. You can get it on anything, but it usually comes in multi-grain bread. So I got it on a bagel, and I ate half of it. I brought the other half and chipped some. And I also was like, because I was like wanting something sweet, and they have great cinnamon toast there, cinnamon sugar toast, and so I got some. But then when they brought the food out, they didn't bring it, and like 2 or 3 minutes later, Alex was like, didn't you order cinnamon toast? I was like, oh, I totally forgot about it. When I said something to her, she's like, well, let me go get, I was like, can we just cancel it? She's like, oh yeah, totally fine. I was like, I'm not even hungry for it anymore. So that was good, because I didn't need the cinnamon sugar toast, but I was like craving cinnamon sugar toast. But it was really fun. It's interesting because like the time that we go, there's like 3 or 4 other couples that go at exactly the same time. There's like this one couple that we've like known for years. So they're like probably in their 70s or something. Well, there's this gay couple that just started coming, I would say, maybe like 2 months ago. And the older guy is like probably, I would say like late 70s. And he's got to be close to 80. And he's real tall. And his partner, I mean, I think they're married because they wear wedding rings and stuff. And his partner is like real short, and not real short, but like shorter. I mean, this guy's tall. And kind of quiet. And the taller guy is like real funny. And his partner is probably like, if he's close to 80, I would say his partner's probably like 5 years older than me. So probably like closer to 60, like 60 and 80 or something like that. And so they started talking to us one day. They've been like real friendly every time we've seen them there, right? And but the older one like, kind of, like, connects with me and, like, talks to me like we're both 80. I'm like, dude, I'm not, okay, like, I'm younger than your partner. But he's always like, girl, you know how it is when you start getting old. I'm like, you need to be talking. But they're real funny. And so when we walked in today, that we came in, they're like waving to us and all that kind of stuff. They're real sweet. But anyway, so like when they were getting up to like leave, he had to like help his partner walk, and he was like, I was like, how are you doing today? He was like, it is a bitch getting old, girl. He was like, girl, it is a bitch getting old. I mean, calls us straight up, girl, I live. And but that was fun. And then we went to Fresh Time afterwards. Alex got a bunch of snacks for his football game, which means they're gonna probably play like What's Your Meme and Schitt's Creek game and all that kind of stuff tonight. So we got that, and then I got Diet Dr. Pepper, which I'll tell you, there's something funny that happened on the way out. I got Diet Dr. Pepper, and then I got coffee, iced coffee. Oh, I'm gonna show these tomorrow if I do a haul, because my Keurig and stuff like that. I got these mittens that have no fingers on them, so when I walk, I can, like, you know, change stuff on my, like, the song on my phone and stuff like that. And then I got some poopery. The mittens, they're mittens. They were expensive. They were like $25 or something. But anyway, and then I got some sodas for dirty sodas if I decide to do that on my Peter Does Stuff channel, because I wanted to do her garden. And she said everything's dying and I'm moving stuff. And she's like, but all my mums in the backyard look great. And I was like, okay, but that's, your backyard will take 3 minutes. And she was like, okay, but if you want to show it. She's like, but I'm like digging everything back up there, because she like extended it and whatever. So I might do like a walking. She's like, you can come over here and show it if you want to. She was like, cause she's like, I'll be gone tomorrow during the afternoon, but when I get back, if you want me to show you around and whatever. She's like, taking down all of her Halloween stuff. She's got 2 things up. And the reason that she's got them up is because she's got plants leaning on them. And now they've like grown over there. She's like, I've got to leave this pumpkin. Was it a pumpkin or was it a ghosty? She's got these ghosty things. She's like, I've got to leave these up. So I was going to do that tomorrow or Tuesday. She's like, you can do it. She's like, I just don't think it'll be a very exciting, you know, whatever. By the way, people keep on sending me... Okay, people keep on sending me this TikTok. I mean, the first time I got it, I didn't even watch it. And then I realized that like 4 people had sent it to me within like 2 hours. If I go into my thing, I won't be able to find it. But what it is about this guy. It's like this husband dad that's kept this outside fern every winter. Have you guys seen this TikTok? Somebody keeps on showing it. People keep on sending it to me. It's hilarious. The fern is like literally like 5 feet across and 5 feet high, and he keeps on inside during the winter. And people keep on sending it to me, saying that it's me. Okay, now my neighbor has said next door that she would love to take care of Fernalicious and Farrah, but that she just doesn't. I think I said this the other day. They have to be hung and all this kind of stuff. So yesterday, I'll be honest with you, I was kind of just like, let him go. Just throw him out. I think I need something. This is kind of sad, I know. I mean, I realize the ridiculousness of it. I need something to be attached to right now. I need something to take care of. And so I think I'm going to try to keep Fernalicious and Farrah alive in the bathtub, get through the winter, and Alex can just get over it. He can just get over it, okay? I mean, it just is what it is. You know? So I think I'm going to try to keep him alive through the winter. I'm going to water him a bunch this week. I'm not going to put him up there until I absolutely have to. So probably through the end of this month. I mean, they're still doing good. She's still doing, there's a little Farrah down there. I mean, she needs to be watered a little bit, but hold on, you can see down there. I mean, there she is. She's still doing good. And Fernalicious, I mean, she's not horrible. She's not doing great, but she's not doing horrible. So I think I'm gonna keep them in the bathtub this year. It'll give me something to go to do through. I mean, you know, it's like, listen, my life is so exciting, right? What did I say at the beginning of this video? I'm living my best life. And living my best life is keeping Farrah and Fernalicious alive. And then I think next summer I'm going to get Fernando. A little brother for them. Then I'm going to have a whole greenhouse. I'm going to be keeping them in every year and stuff like that. But no, I like kind of made that decision last night. And I'll tell you what's so weird about it is, for those of you that sent me the TikTok, I wish I could find the TikTok. Hold on. There's no way, because I've gotten, to be honest, like as I just started this, you guys, I've gotten like, in the last hour, I've gotten like 10 DMs since I started this vlog. Shoot. I wish I could find. Well, there's another TikTok that I want. Is this maybe this? No, this is another reel. Does anybody know that TikTok Instagrammer, and he's like a guy and he does like funny drag, but like he acts like he's a background singer in a studio, and so like he'll read like the script of the song and be like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? He's real funny. Okay, somebody said this is you. I bet this is it. Oh yeah, is this it? Okay, here it is. So it's Emily Rochelle Runyon, and here it is. POV, your husband is committed to ensuring the grocery store fern he's cared for 10 plus years survives this winter. Hold on a second. And here it is. Okay, so many people, honest to God, I was like, why do people keep on sending me this TikTok? This one is from Stacy. So Stacy, thank you so much, because this is you. But so many people sent it to me. And last night, you know, I go from this phase of being really sad to being really grateful to being really pissed off at the world, you know, just like my dog's gone. F you. I mean, like, honestly, that's kind of how I feel sometimes, you know, like, it doesn't make any sense. Grief makes no sense. You know, I mean, not F you, but like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You've been there, okay? Trust me. If you've ever lost somebody or anything that you love in your life, it's like you get to that point where it's just like anybody, you know, even somebody can say something, you're just pissed at the world. So I go through these phases where I'm like extremely grateful, to extremely pissed off, to extremely sad, and none of it makes any sense, and I don't know when it's coming next, right? So I was done. I was like, these ferns, they can just go in the trash. I'm done with these ferns. F these ferns. That's where I was. No, I was like, F these ferns. I'm done with them, okay? I'm done with them. I'm done with giving my attention, my love. Yeah, I'm done. I was looking up, I was like, F you, Fernalicious. And then, all these people keep on sending me this reel. And I'm like, why is everybody sending me the same reel? Because at the beginning of it, when you start watching it, it just shows this living room and this couch. And I was like, oh, it's going to be some dog thing, you know? People are trying to cheer me up. Because a lot of people are sending me now, because I said that Tanya and Nikki are doing it. A lot of people are sending me, like, really funny memes. And I appreciate that. That's helping me. But I didn't go in until, like, the fourth time somebody sent it to me. And I was like, did somebody mention? Because usually, like, if like a lot of people send me like a reel, it's like that guy that did that on TikTok, that he did that reaction to my review video, I got sent that by a lot of people. Well, that's because he was talking about me in it, you know. But if it's something that like, or specifically I've talked about in like like Amy Slate and stuff, people send me all the time. Housewife stuff, people send me all the time, stuff like that. So I was like, what is this? So I go in and look, and it's this guy carrying this humongous fern. And then I was like, oh, no, not F you, Fernalicious. I love you, Fernalicious. I can't get rid of you now. I haven't told Alex yet that we're keeping them. Not the plants out back. I don't know what they're doing these days. Bye. Bye, girl. But Fernalicious and Farrah, they are going to live to see another day, okay? Because I just can't get rid of them this year. So they will live to see another day. Plus, we haven't redone our bathroom yet. And I actually think that if we got like they would look really pretty hung in the bathroom, like when we get our bathroom redone with the skylight and stuff like that. So we'll have to figure out where to like hang them, but I think that would be real pretty to hang them in the bathroom during the, you know, anyway. So, okay, so then we went over to Liliana and Carlos's house. We got over there like right at 6. Was I telling somebody this on the phone, or did I vlog afterwards? I vlogged before, didn't I? So anyway, we got over there like right at 6. It was like Alex's mom was there, Carlos and Liliana. Carlos was like so tired because they've been going all day long. Carlitos and Sebastian were there, and they came up. We gave him his present, stuff like that. And then he was showing us, he got a bike. Apparently, like, these are like big deals. He's like battery operated bikes. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? He was riding them with like the other kids in the neighborhood. Was real excited about it. So I got him one of those bikes for his birthday. And then, but it was funny because then it was like Alex's aunt, uncle, his grandma, his cousin, they all came. And so it was like all of us sitting at the table in the kitchen, and then Carlos and Liliana, like all their friends and their friends' kids, who are now like all the kids are friends together. It was like, because in the past, it was like Carlitos and Sebastian would have like, apparently they had like a game birthday party for him too, like right after the game, so that's kind of why they didn't do it. But in the past, it would be like 10 kids and they'd go to like some bounce zone or something like that. But this was just at the house. It was real nice, you know, they like got pizza and stuff like that. It was real nice. But it was like, and it was kind of like what I remember like Alex talking about like when he was growing up. He was like, you know, we hung out with like the same 5 or 10 families, and like their kids were like, I was friends with, they were like my best friends and stuff like that. So It was fun, but it was small. You know, so we all just sat at the table and like, it was hilarious. And they had these like crackers. Liliana had these crackers that were really like, they looked like big communion wafers. And so I said to Alex's uncle, because like everybody was like getting cheese on these crackers and stuff like that. They're like these wafer thin crackers. So, you know, like his aunt, his grandma and his aunt and his mom are like diehard Catholics and all this kind of stuff. So I said to his Uncle Ed, I said, here, I said, body of Christ. And he like ate it like it was a communion wafer. And Alex's grandma goes, amen. And she started laughing. So then we started like passing these. It was hilarious. I know somebody thinks that's total sacrilege, but it was funny. Anyway, I don't really care if you think it was sacrilege. It was funny in the moment. And after each person, his grandma would go, amen. It was hilarious. So that was real fun. We stayed there till like 9 o'clock. And then Alex's aunt and uncle, grandma, and cousin left. And then his mom was like, she needed to go home because she wasn't feeling great. So we all left at the same time. So we got back here. I think we got back here about 9:30, 9:45. Put some stuff away, and then I posted the vlog because the vlog was uploading while I was gone. So I posted the vlog. And then, did we watch something last night? Battery stopped. I think we went upstairs or something. I don't know. I know I took a nap last night and it was fantastic. I'm like sleeping so deep during my naps, but I do think that that's affecting me falling asleep and like when I go to bed late at night. So last night I watched, I still have 1,000-Pound Sisters to watch. I'm going to watch that tonight. And The Golden Bachelorette. Oh, I watched Found last night. So I watched Found last night. Oh, finished Lincoln Lawyer. Can add that on the list. Okay. I watched Found last night. Survivor. I watched Found. Did I watch Found first? I don't like this season of Found. And I'll be honest with you, like I really liked Lincoln Lawyer, but like the way that Lincoln Lawyer ended reminded me a lot of this season of Found. And it's just kind of a real depressing storyline and I don't love it. So I watched Found and then I watched Survivor. What else did I watch? Oh, I watched that. Here, where's it at? I added it to True Crime. It's not even really True Crime. The Manhattan Alien Abduction. It's 3 parts on Netflix. It's like at number 2. Pass. Don't waste your time. It's horrible. I finally finished it last night. It's so bad. It is so bad. At the very end of it, this woman's like, it's Linda. It's about these 2 women. They hate each other. And one of them was abducted by aliens. And the other one doesn't believe her. And she was married to that Bud guy, that Bud Hopkins or whatever. That was like the alien guy. But anyway, the one woman's like, yeah, Linda. She's like, Carol, nobody believes you, Carol. Everybody's got your number. And I'm like, no, actually, the tables are turned. Nobody believes you. And I am not a skeptic. I 100% believe in aliens and extraterrestrials and stuff like that. But I don't believe that Linda story at all. Call me foolish, but I don't believe it, okay? There's so many holes in her story. I don't believe her at all. But anyway, watch that. And then I thought I had an episode and a half, but I just had the last episode of Lincoln Lawyer. So I watched that. Oh, no. I watched Lincoln Lawyer, and then I finished the Manhattan Alien thing. And then I was going to go in, and I was going to watch something else, and I looked, and it was like, oh, because the time turned back last night. And I was still wide awake. I think part of it for me is, this is something that's very common with my grieving. Like, it's been common with my mom, my aunt, my uncle, friends of mine, the dogs, everything is that I don't want to go to sleep. Like, taking a nap when, like, Alex is next to me and whatever, and, like, he's, like, up watching a show or TikToks is one thing, but, like, I don't like to go to sleep because I just sit there in my head and I spin, and I don't like that. And so, I, like, push myself staying up until, like, I'm absolutely exhausted that I can just fall asleep, and then I've been going to bed and I just don't fall asleep. I'm just not that exhausted. So anyway, I stayed up until like 6 o'clock, which was actually really like 7 o'clock. I stayed up till like 6 o'clock last night, and then I went to bed. I don't remember what else I watched. I think I was gonna watch, I don't know what I was gonna, I think I ended up just I was just sitting there like looking at my phone and stuff like that, and then I think I just like closed down my iPad. Oh no, that's when I was looking at the pictures of Boo Radley. That's when I was closing out the iPad and I saw the pictures of Boo and Tucker come up. which is probably why it was in my head. Oh, I also, last night I started reading that, because I finished that Laura Dean graphic novel the other day. I think I gave it 3 stars. Somebody asked me what I thought about The God of the Woods. They said, I can't remember who it was, but thank you. He said, he was like, I've heard a lot about it, but nobody's left a review. I'm going to do a full review of my BookTube channel, about my Peter Likes Books channel, about it this week. If I finish it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow. If I finish it tomorrow, I'll do it on Tuesday. But that review is coming this week. And then when I finish the other 2 from Peter's Book Club for September and October, I'll finish those as well. Or I'll do those as well. I've just gotten way behind in my reading. But I finished the Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me graphic novel. It was okay. It was just okay. I didn't love it. And I started last night reading the Mr. Ballin graphic novel, which I bought. Okay, the cartoons are real cheesy. They look like computer-generated. They look like computer-generated graphics. They're cheesy. They're bad. At first, I didn't think so. At first, I kind of was like, oh, these are pretty good. You know, there's a lot of these, like, influencers that, like, have people write their books for them. I mean, I've heard that from behind the scenes from so many people. I literally had somebody hand me a book and say, I'm totally not proud of this book at all because I didn't have anything to do with the development of this book. I mean, I've had people say that to me, and they're like, and this person didn't either, and this person didn't either, and this person didn't either. It's like for years when people, like I've said, like Joey Graceffa didn't write his books, and people are like, they get so upset that I said, I've literally had people that were friends with Joey Graceffa say, like a known thing, like it's merch, like he didn't write those books, like there's somebody else did, and people get so upset about it, and I'm like, get upset with Joey Graceffa, because it's a known fact. I mean, I literally had somebody that I met with, like, hand me a book, not of his, but one of their books, and say, I had nothing to do with writing this book, you know? They're like, and I wish I never had done it, because I feel like a fraud. So, and no, it wasn't Shane Dawson or anything. Shane Dawson wrote his book. Tyler Oakley wrote his book. Connor Franta wrote his book. I'm trying to think of who else wrote their books that I mean, I don't really read influencer books that much. I don't really care. But the Mr. Ballin one is like stories like that he would tell in his videos. So it's like watching one of his videos, but like reading it as a graphic novel. It's not bad. It's actually kind of scary. The first one that I'm reading about is, I hadn't heard of it. So this place in the Northwest Territory in Canada, and it's called like the Headless Men Valley or something like that. It's about these brothers that go there to find gold, and then they go missing, and this other guy goes missing, and that's like the first story. That's like this, but it's not bad. They're not bad at all. Like, it's interesting. It's just the graphics are bad. There's even like an illustrator on it. I just think the graphics look like any other graphics that you would pick up at any. I didn't think so when I first looked through it. I thought it was pretty good, but the more I've looked at it, I'm like, it's cheesy. It reminds me of this like $5.99 graphic novel of A Christmas Carol that I bought like last year or the year before, and it's like the graphics are so cheesy I can't even get into it. That's kind of how this is. Like, I wish they would have spent a little bit more time and energy on the graphics and picked like an illustrator that could have, because like what's weird about it is like his illustration, like he has a little picture of that, like Mr. Ballin. If you guys don't know who he is, he does like true crime and kind of like weird stories and stuff like that. So his little picture, I love the intro. The intro talks about him being in the military and his mom sending him like Lee Child books, every like scraps of it, because he couldn't get full books there and stuff like that. And he loves the art of storytelling. The intro is fantastic. But then there's like this little like icon of like his face and like with a flannel shirt on and stuff that looks how he looks in the videos. That is like, if they had done the whole novel like, or the whole graphic novel like that, like with that kind of like illustration, I would have loved that. But most of it looks like computer generated cartoons. It looks cheesy. I don't love it. But his stories are not bad. The stories aren't bad. I would say maybe needed a little bit of editing before it went to final print. I mean, I'm kind of confused by some of the verbiage that they use in there and stuff like that, but it's not bad at all, you know? I would definitely recommend it for like the scary stories. Graphic novels don't have great grammar in them anyway, so I should say that. It doesn't really matter. I think what has caught me kind of off guard is that it's like 2 words will be like lowercase, and then it'll be like an uppercase word, but there's no reason. Like, I'm trying to give an example. Like, we went to the store, but like it'll be like, we went lowercase to capital T-O. Like, it doesn't make sense why they, I don't know why they did it that way, but it's just like, when you're reading it, it's kind of off-putting because it like really pulls you, and then you're like, is it like, we went to the store? I mean, is it like, you know what I mean? Like, when you read it, like, we went to the store? I mean, I don't understand how to read it. Yes, I am losing my mind. I am. So anyway, so I started that last night too. And then, I feel like I'm like on the verge of like laughing my ass off or crying my ass off. I don't like, I'm like in between. The battery just went to the halfway mark. So, is she put her garage door up? No. And then I went to bed. And then we slept in today. I was kind of surprised Alex slept in until I did. I thought he would, I mean, like, we got up a couple times, like, during the morning, but, like, to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. But, like, I got up, and it was, like, close to, I think I got up at, like, 1:45, which was really, like, 2:45. I mean, I slept in today, and Alex had the blankets all pulled over him. Oh, so our heat went out, okay? And we tried to turn it on a million times last night. And it, like, would work for a second, then it would stop. We've got to call. So he's going to call tomorrow morning, and then they're going to come out here and fix it, and hopefully, you know, like, they could get out there. We don't want to call today because it's like an emergency call. And number one, I don't really want to have to pay for that. And neither does he. And number two, I don't want somebody to have to come out on their day off for an emergency call that it's like 70 degrees outside. So we can make it through the night. It did get a little cold last night, but I don't think it got that. I think it got down to like 66 or 67. I mean, it felt colder than that. But anyway, so hopefully get that fixed this week. And yeah, I mean, that they should be able to come out here Monday or Tuesday and fix that. But what was I going to say about that? Oh, so he was like all covered up with all these blankets. Oh, the battery is flashing, so I'm gonna get off here. All right, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. Thank you for being there for me. I really, really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Just being able to get through this last week and this weekend, being able to come over here and talk about what's going on with me has been so helpful. Like the sheet said, talk to somebody about what you're going through. It's been so helpful. I hope that you guys are getting refreshed, rejuvenated, relaxed, and renewed for the week ahead. I love you guys. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. It's going to cut me off. Love you. Bye.